It was the era of tail fins, chrome, and the freedom of the open road. Join me for a road trip back in time to the 1950s, the golden age of American automobiles. In the aftermath of World War II, the United States emerged as a beacon of optimism and innovation. The decade of the 1950s was a period of unparalleled economic growth, technological advancements, and cultural shifts. Buoyed by post-war prosperity, the era was characterized by increasing wages, low unemployment, and the expansion of the middle class. This was a time when families were leaving the cities in droves to put down new roots in the rapidly growing suburbs that were springing up on the outskirts of America's urban centers. These leafy, idyllic enclaves offered a peaceful retreat from the bustling cities. Settled into their peaceful new neighborhoods with curving streets and large yards, Americans began growing their families and filling their homes with the modern conveniences recently made available by a thriving manufacturing sector. Car ownership was an essential part of the suburban lifestyle, and in no time at all, the automobile would secure its role as the newest member of the American family. As demand for cars went up during this time, the American automobile industry was there to fill the need. Automotive technology advanced significantly during the 1950s, with manufacturers introducing more powerful engines, automatic transmissions, power steering, and other features that made cars more attractive and enjoyable to drive. And the wide variety of models available, from affordable family sedans to luxury coupes and fast sports cars, meant there was a car to suit nearly every taste and budget. Advertising campaigns emphasized the status, freedom, and individuality that cars could confer upon their owners, making car ownership a desirable goal for all Americans. Cars were presented not just as modes of transportation, but as symbols of status, success, and personal identity. Advertisements highlighted distinctive features such as tail fins, chrome trim, and the sleek, futuristic body designs, tapping into the era's enthusiasm for innovation and the dawning of the space age. Car ads in magazines and newspapers went beyond merely listing features or specifications. They told stories and painted pictures of the lifestyle that owning a particular car would provide. Whether it was the freedom of the open road, the luxury of the vehicle's interior, or the status the car conferred upon its owner, print ads aimed to connect emotionally with potential buyers, tapping into their aspirations and desires. Print ads were also a key medium for educating the public about new automotive technologies and features. Ads detailed advancements in engine performance, safety features, and comfort amenities, often paired with striking visuals of the car. This blend of information and imagery helped consumers understand the practical benefits of new models, reinforcing the value proposition of upgrading to a newer vehicle. Automobile manufacturers were quick to capitalize on the new medium of television as it grew in popularity during the 1950s. TV commercials allowed brands to show their cars in motion, accompanied by catchy jingles and slogans that emphasized speed, luxury, and the joy of driving.
The way Plymouth rides, no wonder everyone decides you're ahead for keeping a Plymouth in the car that's always you get behind the wheel of a Plymouth and the smart one that's you.
The explosion of car ownership in the 1950s gave rise to a variety of drive-in businesses that combined convenience with the novelty of never having to leave your car. Probably the most iconic of these establishments was the drive-in restaurant. Customers could drive up, park, and be served meals right in their cars. Their orders would be taken and delivered by car hops, sometimes on roller skates. These drive-ins were not just about the food, they were also social hubs where people could show off their cars and mingle in a casual outdoor setting. Drive-in movie theaters offered a unique way to watch films from the comfort and privacy of one's own car. This experience became a quintessential part of American culture, particularly appealing to young couples and families. With a large screen under the open sky and a concession stand for food, the drive-in theater was a perfect blend of entertainment, convenience, and fun. Some grocery and liquor stores adapted to the new car culture by offering their own drive-in services. Customers could drive up, place their orders, and receive their purchases without ever having to get out of their car. The surge in car ownership in the 1950s dramatically transformed American leisure, particularly in the way families planned and experienced vacations and trips. The automobile liberated families from the constraints of train schedules, fixed destinations, and the confines of their immediate surroundings, offering an unprecedented sense of freedom and flexibility. With a car, the journey itself became as enjoyable as the destination. Families could pack up their vehicles and hit the open road, traveling at their own pace and stopping whenever they wanted. The road trip evolved into a time-honored American tradition, characterized by scenic drives through rural areas, visits to roadside attractions, and the thrill of discovering new places. State and national parks saw a significant increase in visitors during the 1950s. The freedom to explore these areas at one's own pace, with the convenience of carrying camping gear or picnic supplies, made outdoor adventures more appealing and accessible than ever before. Creative entrepreneurs capitalized on the increasing number of families traveling by car by developing unique roadside attractions. From the world's largest ball of twine to dinosaur parks and drive-through trees, these quirky attractions provided memorable experiences that became an integral part of the road trip adventure. Car trips enabled families to spend quality time together, creating shared memories and experiences. In an era before cell phones and video games, the confined space of the car fostered conversations, games, and sing-alongs, making the travel time part of the vacation's fun. These shared experiences often became cherished family memories that would be remembered for a lifetime. The explosion of car ownership during the 1950s had a profound effect on the newly recognized demographic of the American teenager, reshaping their social lives, independence, and cultural identity. For teenagers, owning a car or having access to one represented freedom and independence from parental control. It allowed them to escape the confines of their homes and explore the world on their own terms. Drive-ins, malt shops, and cruising strips became popular hangouts where teenagers could get together and socialize with no parents or teachers around. Cars revolutionized teenage dating, enabling couples to spend time together with a degree of privacy previously unavailable. Drive-in movies became popular dating destinations. Cruising became a popular pastime, with teenagers driving along specific routes where they could see and be seen. Many mechanically inclined teens got involved in hot rodding, which involved modifying or building custom cars out of older, less expensive vehicles, usually pre-World War II models. Modifications included engine swaps, removal of excess weight, and altering the suspension. Visual customizations were also important, with participants lowering the bodies or roof lines, adding custom interiors, or putting on a new paint job. Friendships made while building a hot rod could sometimes prove to be lifelong. If you enjoyed seeing these classic cars and vintage photos, just click this next video to keep watching.